Welcome to Classic Car Cave. So I've been talking to a friend of mine in America who has the same car. His is an original S specification car. This is an SE, but has all the attributes of an S specification. Anyway, he started his restoration just a little bit after mine, and he was looking at all my videos, and we've become very good friends and giving each other a lot of tips backwards and forwards. But there is a procedure to putting this up, which I didn't realise, putting the hood up in fact, and I'm going to put that in this video. It might sound ridiculous, it's a hood for God's sake, but there is a procedure, and the way you do it in the book, you can change it slightly, but the way he does it, I think, is probably the best way. So I'm going to show how it's, hopefully how it's done. Now I understand the way to go about it. So with this hood, there are a few things. The hood is fine. The tonneau needs some slight adjustment, which I'm going to do. And there's a couple of other little areas where we could put some snap locks on just to make it that little bit better, or some catches to make it work better. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start with this. So what I'll do is I'll pull these seats forward, and I'll try and take this top up. Well, one of the things he said to me, which makes absolute sense, is to use an old quilt on the back of the tonneau so that when the metal bar comes up from the window, it doesn't damage the back of the car. Makes absolute sense. And I'm pretty sure my wife's got a couple of old lightweight duvets that I can use. Some old. So a couple of things have come to light now since I've took the hood down. One of the biggest issues really is this leather tonneau. Now originally they were not leather, but I wanted that colour of that tonneau to match the seats, which are leather, and the bays they had, or the canvas they had, just didn't look right, and I wanted them to match up. Probably not the smartest idea, because the leather could shrink or fade or whatever, but it's going to fade with the seats anyway. So there are a couple of things that need to be changed. So I've got a feeling when Amir's back, we'll have to take the seats out again, because I think this rear tonneau needs to be redone. You can see there that, I don't know if you can see it, but you can just see the stitch in there. Now we had that perfectly in line, so obviously Christian has taken that out at some point, but you really need two pairs of hands to do it. You need somebody to screw in the back underneath, and somebody to keep it in line as you do it. And I think it's come too far to one end, because we had this pretty much perfect here. And as you can see, there's an awful lot of overlap there. You can see where it should be. It should be in there, like that, in that, because I spent a lot of time building all this up. So I talked to Christian, and he's coming over to see it. Maybe what I can get him to do is to retrim this and bring it back a little bit and put this new edging on it. I hope that he could do that. On the other side, it's not as bad. You can see it's actually pretty much in line there with that, except that piece is sticking out, which needs to be pushed under. So you can see it's pretty much better there. That's how it should be. So I think if we can probably get away with one end and get it done. But that's going over that clip as well. I think that might need to be done as well. The problem with it is to get to this piece, when you pull the seats forward, or you pull the back seat backs forward, which is fine, to get into that piece at the back, you can see up there it's quite difficult, and you really need this hood out of the way to get to it. So I think what we're going to have to do is take the hood back out. Fortunately, it's only the two main bolts. There's two chrome bolts either end where it hinges, but you need two people to do that for sure. And I don't like the way it's wavering like that. It should be flat. I don't know why it's kinked in so much. Maybe there's something we could do with that. But that should be really kind of quite flat. It is when you put the seat against it. It looks better, but you can see that gap there? It doesn't look quite right. So as I said, there's a few issues we need to address. Well, they say every day is a school day. And when it comes to classic cars or restoration, that's certainly true. So one of the things I learned from David in the States is to put the plastic rear window not in between the canvases, but at the end, and then you can put a towel over the back of it, and then pull these two to the side, the two wings. But what is missing on here, I didn't know about, is they're supposed to be down here. Actually, I can show you maybe better. There's supposed to be a strap from this inside of this wheel arch onto this mechanism, so it keeps it in like that instead of being this way. Sorry, it keeps it in like that. So that's something I need to look at. They're kind of elasticated, not too elasticated, but they're kind of. The other thing is I made these up myself, and two big problems with it is the bolt is slightly too long. It's catching on the hood, and I don't need this upset here. It needs to be cut down, sort of that area there. This is far too long, so that needs to be cut down. So I've taken them out because it was going to catch the canvas. But we will have to take the seats out, and you can see here where these go into the hood top here. What he does is he puts a thingy over them, a piece of cloth over them, so they don't damage the thing. But you can see if it was pushed in right, it wouldn't be sitting on it. So yeah, quite a few things we need to get it right. But I'll wait now till Amir comes. My arm is too sore and I can't lift it on my own. So I'll wait till Amir comes on Wednesday. Starts work Wednesday morning. What is that, the 1st? Yeah, 1st of April. And what we'll do is just have a look at it. I think we need to take it out and redo this tonneau, because definitely here, when I pull it back, you can see this is just not right here. It's a bit of a bunch of bastards, and it was beautifully taut before. I think we're going to have to get him up here and see if there's any chance of changing that and putting that beading in much better on both sides and somehow get rid of this. I really don't like this, the way it's kind of going like this. Whether these have caused it, I don't know, but we'll see. But David said he would send us some video. Hopefully he's going to send me some video that I can put in, and you can see how his works, and it goes up and down much better. Obviously, you know, his is brand new as well, but it was fitted professionally, and so is this one now, but it just seems to go up and down. But he's got the technique with it, but he rarely puts it up. I think when I spoke to him late last night, because I say he's in America, when I spoke to him sort of 2 o'clock my time, he did pull it up, and he said that's the first time it's been up in a year, 14 months, because he lives in America. He only drives it when it's nice weather. He never intends to have it up, but obviously here in Europe, I need that potential to get it up in a reasonable amount of time. I mean, it isn't going to be just a 2-minute job. It's going to be 2 or 3 minutes, even with 2 people, because it's quite cumbersome. But we need to make it as slick as we possibly can. So that's what I'll do. So there's a few little, as I say, it's a few little idiosyncrasies that we need to fix up, which I'll get done, and then we'll go from there, and yeah, see how it is. Yeah, see, that should sit back against it. So yeah, a few little things to sort out. Nothing beyond nothing we can't do. It's a bit of jiggery pokery. But like a lot of this stuff, it's a bit of trial and error, you know. You've got to try something out, see if it works. If it doesn't work, like these straps we're making for here in the door latch. So the idea is that strap, as you can see them here. Just take one. As you can see, what would happen there is we have to take this door card off. Unfortunately, they're riveted on because that's the way they were put on. But what we want to do is basically stick that sort of behind there. Well, you wouldn't come out that side, but it would come out something like that. But it'd be on the inside, this piece. So we can make a door strap and then put it on the inside of here. That's why this is loose. So we'll work out exactly where it needs to be, probably somewhere like that. Let's see. That'll sit in, and it's all stitched anyway. And we'll work out how far we want the door open, and that should work perfectly. So, and then I'll finish all the bits and pieces on it, and we should be good, Nick. Should be in good nick. Yeah, these little things are sent to try us, but there you go. It is what it is. But yeah, just need to fix them up so that I noticed as well on the hood that it was catching a little bit on the hood here, so we might have to do something. This door was catching it, so you know you don't want to keep doing that because you're going to mark it or it's going to get caught or whatever. So there's lots of little things that need just that little bit of fixing up and sorting out. You know, I've taken it to this level. Now is not the time to be bodging it or that'll do. You know, I've gone to such a great extent to, you know, put a new chassis on it, do every panel, lead load it. Well, I mean, there's not a bit of rust on it. You can eat your dinner underneath it. And now is not the time to be trying to make a quick fix. So.